afternoon, good evening, everyone. Today's lecture 11 on drama and engineering. In this lecture, we will talk about the distinction between dramatic play and role play. So gaining an insight into how each contributes to early childhood development. We will then explore the numerous benefits of dramatic play in early years education, understanding its role in fostering creativity, communication skills, and problem-solving abilities among young learners. Plus, we will discover practical strategies for integrating drama into engineering challenges, allowing children to engage in imaginative problem-solving while honing STEM skills. And finally, in this lecture, we'll address potential challenges associated with incorporating drama into engineering tasks, providing you with the strategies to overcome, providing you some strategies to overcome barriers and maximize learning outcomes. We will also learn techniques to enhance storytelling within STEM activities, leveraging narrative techniques to deepen comprehension and engagement among our students. Right, let's start by distinguishing dramatic play and role play. Now, does anybody know the difference? Let me tell you. So dramatic play and role play, they are both valuable forms of play in early childhood development, as you all know, but yet they differ in key aspects. Many educators, including myself, to be honest, I used to think they meant the same thing, but through the early years of my teaching, I became aware and able to recognize the difference. So dramatic play is when kids make up stories and act them out. They create imaginary worlds, characters, and situations without strict rules. It's let them be creative, try out different roles, and understand emotions and social interactions. Now, role play, on the other hand, involves children pretending to be someone else in a specific situation. It's more organized and often follows a script or set rules, giving the children then a chance to practice social skills and solve problems with a certain story or scenario. Now, while both dramatic play and role play offer benefits, such as promoting language development, social interaction, and cognitive skills, they differ in their level of structure, spontaneity, and degree of imaginative freedom afforded to the children. So understanding the distinctions between these forms of play can help you design and facilitate learning experiences that effectively leverage the unique benefits of each approach. Now, in this lecture, we are focusing on drama, okay? Now, in early childhood education, the significance of dramatic play cannot be emphasized enough. In it serves like a cornerstone that cultivates crucial attributes like creativity, coordination, communication, arithmetic, proficiency, focus, and social adaptiveness among your students. So the responsibility falls on you to champion and facilitate dramatic play as they create nurturing learning environments where children are encouraged to freely express themselves, embark on an explorative journey, and hone vital life skills. So, as you can see, dramatic play lays the foundation for holistic development, equipping our students with the tools they need to navigate the complexities of the world around them. Now, in Lauren Ambrosio's article, The link is just there on the screen. She defines the profound benefits of incorporating drama in early years. And these were the 6 that she cited. First and foremost, engaging in dramatic play fosters creativity among children. It's through imaginative exploration and assuming diverse roles, children learn to think flexibly and creatively solve problems. Ambrosio also believed that role of dramatic play in enhancing coordination, noting how handling props and engaging in various movements contribute to children's physical development. In an article, if you read, if you have a look at some point, she also highlights the importance of dramatic play in elevating communication skills by providing opportunities for expression and dialogue within imaginative scenarios. Children expand their vocabulary, they refine their sentence structure, and enhance both verbal and nonverbal communication abilities. And as you know, our young children, they come to us at different age and stage. And some come verbal, some come nonverbal. And that's not just talking about the young little ones like play group. It's also 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds. I've come across children who are nonverbal at that age as well. So yeah. Okay. In terms of arithmetic learning, Ambrosio emphasizes the impact dramatic play has on it. Children engage in math-related activities within pretend settings, such as counting items in a pretend store or identifying on play money, making math concepts accessible and enjoyable. And I'm sure you've seen this lots in your earlier settings where children are doing some dramatic play in their dramatic play area, in the home corner or the store or shop corner. Yes, and the thing is, because the children, if they are exposed to these kind of things, like for example, money and adults counting items when going shopping, they will pick that up and copy it in their environment, in their school environment. So, and as you know, children learn through copying, copy the behavior of their adults. So, yeah. She also as Ambrosio also discusses how dramatic play facilitates the development of focus among children through immersive activities and sustained engagement. Children learn to follow storylines and concentrate on interactions, which then enhances their attention span. Now, the last thing that Ambrosio mentions is the nurturing of social skills. So by interacting, communicating, and collaborating with their peers, children learn to negotiate roles, resolve conflicts, and develop empathy and cooperation, laying a foundation for positive relationships. So from Ambrosio's point of view and perspective, it underscores the multifaceted benefits of incorporating drama into early years education, highlighting its key role in promoting holistic development and preparing children for success in various facets of life. So please check out her article. She also shares ideas for dramatic play for early years up to kindergarten. So I would highly, highly recommend you checking the link out. Okay. Right. So how can we incorporate drama in engineering challenges? Now, one effective strategy involves presenting engineering tasks within the context of imaginative scenarios or narratives. So by framing the challenges as part of a compelling story, such as designing a bridge to aid the characters in crossing a river, or like the Billy Goat's Graph, you could link it to that story, or constructing a tower to rescue a toy trapped in a pretended castle. The children are then inspired to engage in dramatic play while addressing real-world problems. Now, this approach not only motivates children, but also contextualizes engineering tasks within a meaningful and engaging framework. So encouraging role play and characterization further enhances the integration of drama into engineering challenges. So by inviting children to assume various roles related to the task at hand, such as architects, engineers, or construction workers, they are given that ownership and responsibility and empowerment to take the role with some sort of seriousness, and this would provide them with the opportunities to explore the different perspectives and develop empathy. Now, role-playing adds depth to the engineering experience, sparking creativity and fostering collaborative problem-solving as children work together to address these challenges within the context of their assigned roles. So, introducing engineering challenges through dramatic problem-solving scenarios adds an element of excitement and intrigue to the learning process. By presenting them with missions or quests where they must utilize engineering principles to overcome obstacles, achieve goals, or solve puzzles, you create an immersive experience that will captivate your children's imagination and motivate them to actively engage in the problem solving. Now, this reinforces engineering concepts, but also encourages children to think critically and creatively as they navigate through these various challenges. Now, storytelling and creative expression play a key role in incorporating drama into engineering challenges. So by inviting children to create stories or narratives around their engineering projects, you provide opportunities for children to engage in imaginative play while articulating their ideas and communicating their solutions effectively. So performance-based presentations further enhance students' confidence and communication skills as they showcase their engineering projects. Now, collaborating dramatic play serves a cornerstone of engineering process, fostering teamwork, cooperation, and communication skills as children engage in role play, dialogue, and problem-solving discussions. So by encouraging collaborative play, educators, so you reinforce engineering concepts in a dynamic and interactive manner while promoting holistic development. So in summary, incorporating drama into engineering challenges creates rich and immersive learning experiences that engage children's imaginations, foster creativity, and cultivate essential skills for success in STEM and beyond. Now, here's a video of a teacher using drama to explore the 6 steps of engineering. And this links with lecture 7, where I touched on engineering concepts in early childhood education. So let's have a listen.
I'm Christina Farrell, Master Teaching Artist in Music and Drama. And I had a great engineering residency that I'd like to share with you based on this book, Changes, Changes by Pat Hutchins. And this book has two main characters who we called Mr. and Mrs. No Luck because they had all kinds of problems. And we asked the children to help us engineer solutions to their problems, working through the 6 steps of engineering. So the first problem that Mr. and Mrs. No Luck had, this is my costume, this is Mrs. No Luck. We asked the children to help us and say, oh, boys and girls, Mr. No Luck and I, we try to build a house using these blocks, but every time that it rains, we get really wet. So the first thing the children had to do was define the problem. The children decided that the problem was that our house had no inside. So they needed to help us build a house that had an inside. The first step that they did was to create a blueprint. And I try to keep this very simple. So only 3 things in our blueprint. In order to solve our problem, so we had an inside, our house needed a roof, walls, and a door. And for this part of it, I asked them to use their actor bodies to engineer or build the house. So children came, some children put their hands up to be the roof, children had to organize themselves to be the walls, and then there was a child who was the door. And often children added their own special touches to the house as well. And I really watched for their communication with each other, how they solved problems amongst each other when they were building this. Are they using spatial terminologies like above, next to, around as they're building their house? So I was assessing all of their engineering understanding. And then of course, after they made their plan and they built it, I would test it out by going inside their house in character, and we would see if it worked, if it would keep me safe from the rain. And if it did, we told the other kids in the class about how each small group solved their problem. Then, after we solved that problem, the next problem in our book was that poor Mr. and Mrs. No Luck, their house caught on fire. So that was a big problem that we had to solve. And so we made a plan. What are some things that can put out a fire? And the children decided.
So you can see already from using the story, it has given the children a purpose to problem solve, to working together and coming up with a solution to support the characters in solving their problem.
That they needed to build a fire truck to come and solve this problem. So we pulled out one of the informational texts or nonfiction books from the classroom, and we looked through this book to figure out what are the parts of a fire truck? What do we need to build it? So after we did that, we made another blueprint, and here's what the children came up with for their fire truck. We needed wheels, hose, siren, and a ladder to make our fire truck. And this time, instead of using just our bodies, our actors' tools to build, I added one more great drama tool, which are props. So I asked the children to use a variety of objects, things that are non-conforming, so not real parts of a fire truck, but they had to use their imaginations to find different ways to use these. So they had to be very innovative. So some children might use these traffic cones as wheels, some might use them as a siren. We had things they would find around their classroom or their house, and they use them as ladders, or they change the shape to make different parts of the fire truck. Sometimes they work together to come up with ideas, so there was a lot of communication and collaboration, even just using scarves to make the hose. And then once they built it using their bodies and the props, then we tested it and tried it out and went through a drama experience where they pretended to be the fire truck coming to put out the fire, and we could test it to see if it worked. So we went through all those 6 steps of engineering, plus we were using our imaginations and being actors and performers. So a great combination of drama and engineering.
It would be worthwhile using those steps for engineering itself, but also involving drama. Oops, sorry. Okay. Okay, so challenges. So incorporating drama into engineering. Incorporating drama into engineering challenges in early childhood poses challenges in ensuring developmental appropriateness, balancing play with learning objectives, addressing resource limitation, providing education training, devising suitable assessment methods, and fostering cultural sensitiveness. These hurdles underscore the need for careful planning, professional development, and creative solutions to effectively integrate drama and engineering activities in diverse classroom settings. Now, I'll touch on each in more depth. Bear with me. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. So, firstly, ensuring that the drama elements integrated into engineering tasks are developmentally appropriate for your students. Okay? It can be complex. Now, the cognitive demands and complexity of dramatic activities may not always align with the abilities and attention spans of your learners. Secondly, striking a balance between playful exploration and structured learning can also be challenging. Maintaining creativity and fun while meeting specific educational objectives require careful consideration. You may also encounter difficulties due to lack of training or experiences in integrating drama into engineering activities, which then would impact in your confidence and effectiveness of delivering the learning experience. So providing professional development opportunities and resources becomes crucial in addressing this challenge. So if you feel you are in this criteria, then I would encourage you to search on Google or reach out to your superior and see if there's any training. Also, this lecture also serves as some sort of training because it is about drama and engineering. And definitely looking at that article I've talked about and this video with the 6 steps of engineering, that would be very helpful as well. Now, resource limitations such as access to space, props, and materials for dramatic play can pose obstacles in some settings. So overcoming these constraints while providing meaningful dramatic experiences requires a lot of creativity and innovation. And, we do encourage our children to think out of the box and being thinkers and using their creativity and innovation. So we can also do that. Let's focus on solutions and not the problem. So if you face lack of space or props or materials, think outside of the box. Who could support you? Or could you, for example, could you make these materials, these props with natural materials or materials from home? In terms of space, could you maybe move your furniture around so you have the space for when you do your drama and engineering activity? Or could you use the outside environment? So yes, so just have a think. In terms of assessing children's learning and development during dramatic engineering activities can also present challenges, as because of the traditional assessment methods may not fully capture the skills demonstrated in dramatic play. So developing appropriate assessment strategies which aligns with the learning objective is key. Okay? And remember, since we're focusing on the early years, it's not pen and paper kind of assessment. Okay? So see what kind of assessment could you do, formative assessment you could do, that would support you, that would support you in knowing whether the children achieve the learning objective. Now, lastly, ensuring sensitivity and inclusivity in the dramatic elements incorporated in engineering challenges can be challenging, especially in diverse classroom settings. So being mindful of cultural differences and adapting activities to reflect the diversity of students' background is crucial. Although there may be limited research specifically focused on challenges, insights from literature on play-based learning, arts integration, and STEM education can further inform you. Okay. Right. So enhancing storytelling in STEM activities. Now, it can enrich the learning experiences for your children. And one effective strategy is to integrate narratives into STEM challenges, presenting problems or scenarios within engaging storylines, which we clearly saw in the video of the teacher when she was using the 6 steps. And also in lecture 7, I also showed a video where one of the teachers was using the three little pigs story and used the house, like she got the students to make houses and see which one would hold. So by weaving STEM concepts into compelling stories, you can captivate children's attention and make abstract concepts more relatable and accessible. For instance, children may be tasked with designing contraption to help characters in a story to overcome an obstacle, thus blending that imaginative play with hands-on problem solving. Additionally, the use of props and visual aids can also enhance storytelling in STEM activities. So providing tangible representations of abstract concepts and reinforcing narrative elements. You can incorporate models, diagrams, illustrations, or multimedia presentations, which can help illustrate the key STEM concepts and immerse children in the storytelling experience. Now, these visual cues not only support students' understanding, but also stimulate their imagination and curiosity. Encouraging storytelling during hands-on exploration and experimentation further deepens students' engagement with STEM concepts. Now, by inviting the children to narrate their observations, discoveries, and hypotheses as they engage in the STEM activities, educators foster a deep understanding of scientific principles and promote language development. Storytelling becomes a tool for sense-making, allowing children to articulate their understanding of STEM concepts in their own words. Furthermore, integrating characters, themes or plot elements into STEM activities adds depth and interest to the learning experience. Creating fictional characters or settings that resonate with children's interests and experiences can contextualize learning and spark curiosity. Children become active participants in the narrative, motivated to explore STEM concepts within the framework of an engaging story. Right, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 5th point. Promoting creativity and imagination is another essential aspect of enhancing storytelling in STEM activities. So by encouraging children to invent their own stories, characters, and scenarios, inspired by STEM themes, you empower them to take ownership of their learning. Open-ended exploration and experimentation become opportunities for storytelling, fostering that sense of agency and creativity among young learners. Incorporating storytelling into reflection serves as a valuable tool for consolidating learning and making connections to the real-world context. Children can share their experiences, insights, and discoveries through storytelling. So articulating their understanding of STEM concepts in meaningful ways. So reinforcing that comprehension and retention of STEM knowledge. So ultimately, by integrating storytelling into STEM activities, you create an immersive learning experiences that ignite children's curiosity, foster creativity, and cultivate a lifelong love for learning. Storytelling becomes a powerful tool for making STEM concepts come alive, empowering children to explore, discover, and engage with the world around them in a meaningful and profound ways. So, this marks the end of our lecture today. I hope you found it helpful, informative, and insightful. Now, I would like you to take 3 minutes to pause and reflect while you answer these 3 questions. What do you know now? How do you feel about it? And what might you use in the future? Okay. I hope to see you again. Have a good afternoon, evening. Bye.
Fly so high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.